Hello there folks, this is Ferengi on board again, this time with a video on the idea of meaning, continuing the little story that I have been creating on this YouTube channel, although I didn't continue with the idea of actually literally calling each and every one of my videos, meaning, like creating a chapter with sub-chapters. Now the point is, welcome to my videos, welcome to my YouTube channel, a place in which I try to, dive deeper into different aspects of ourselves and different things and concepts and constructs that we have creation. And well, the point is that we kind of have lost ourselves to this meaning whole idea. So what is this actually, and like what is the meaning of meaning in a way, and why has this meaning actually gotten you? Because actually meaning has gotten you. Ever since we are young, we are taught to give meaning to literally everything, and we kind of get trapped into this. The point is, all this subjectivity is literally hurting ourselves because we are doing nothing else than creating a set of chains that we shackle ourselves through. But well, the point is, through doing this, we are kind of enslaving ourselves through the power of our creative mind. The moment we create too much meaning for literally everything, the point is, then we are becoming literally prisoners of our own mind. How is this? Well, meaning means assigning or attaching a certain label to literally anything that you can. And once you do that, you have this sense of empowerment, entitlement, just like with names. The occult power of name as a construct is that the moment when you know someone's name, you have a sense of control over them, because now that you know the name, you can call them at your will. That is why there are many people who think it is very good, it is a good practice to give names to your angels. And through this, being people who lack control in their life, the moment they the moment they understand a bit of control in their life, okay, because they have to understand it, right? They have to experience it at first, and most likely they will play innocent, and being so doubtful of themselves, they won't understand that that is actually a powerful way of control, and they will actually give in to this temptation of control. And the more you classify things, the more meaning you give to things, and placing them in strict classifications, the more you are actually imprisoning creation, and through doing that you are actually becoming a prisoner yourself. Because meaning is nothing else than acceptance. When you give meaning to something, you accept a fixed shape and form for something, even if you don't change the shape and form of that object, right? If you don't call a tree, you can actually see for your eyes that it won't change its shape. Even you see, it's still gonna be perfect in its own way, because plants will always be perfect, irrespective of what happens to them. They will keep their own vibration, and they will keep to their own selves. They have only one mission: do what they have to do, and also be awesomely positive about that. It is a process that goes much deep, and it means embracing the awesomeness that we are. Now the point is, when we give meaning, we are no longer embracing the awesomeness of who we are, because we attribute meaning to literally everything, even to our own selves. Price and money and literally all concepts that we have created are just meaning attributed to nothing. The ultimate truth, and the only ultimate truth of this world, is that actually nothing is. Everything is just, it's not necessarily that it is an illusion. So long as you can actually interact with those things, they are actually there. The way you see them, for example, is an illusion, and it's only a meaning because you see them in another way. And why I say in another way? Well, other individuals can see those, and like can actually will actually perceive those otherwise. Now I'm saying specifically through the five senses. Animals will definitely see the same thing in a different way. Now when it comes to human, we will see things differently because, we have attached a different sense of meaning to that. Now if you look at all concepts in the dictionary, you will see that they all have the same definition, but to people they will never be the same thing because they have attached a different meaning. And this comes with own experience, and this comes as a definition of their background. The moment you start seeing the definitions that people and the meanings that people attribute to things around them, you will actually observe and become a bit more conscious of their background. Because the way people classify things, it actually speaks more about their background and themselves than, they would probably want you to understand and accept. Now, the problem is with all these subjectivities that people also want to, be accepted because their self-esteem is usually very low. And, giving meaning to things is a very self-sustained lie because, you are teaching yourself the big lie that, you're having a sort of control over things when you classify them. But you see, you don't have any control. And those lies actually keep telling the truth to whoever is capable enough to observe it. When you see people over classifying things, it's one thing or another, but deep down inside, no one has actually given them too much attention. And, the attention and probably even love that they need, it's like lowered their vibrations and their perceptions, and through that it made them more susceptible to self-doubt, and through that it made them more susceptible to the negativity that surrounds us. And through that, most likely they also embraced a lot of self-trash talking. And disregarding yourself is actually very easy because in the end it's much easier to cede your power to others than trust your own self. Now, the point of meaning is nothing else than a self-destruction button. That is why nowadays everything happens so that we finally are forced almost to realize the fact that all this meaning is literally nothing else than the last remnants of, all the subroutines of control that we have been feeding the collective consciousness with. As the planet prepares to move, and actually does move, into the fourth dimension of consciousness, which is more of one of unity instead of the separation marked by the imbalances of our third chakra, which is the chakra of balance and self-stability. Now as we are going to move into this, the moment people still refuse to embrace this new evolutionary stage of our planet, the point is these people will go crazy, because you cannot live in an environment that is much more different vibrationally speaking than that of who you are. When you become very advanced, you will see that the more introspective and the more advanced you become, naturally you will go away from different things. You will become more in tune with literally everything, and you will no longer need to give it meaning. You'll no longer have to give meaning to time through your watch. The moment you become more stable and more faithful to yourself and in tune with the universe around you, you'll find out that you'll actually be more conscious of the watch, of the time than the watch itself, because the watch might mechanically lose some trace of time, but your body will always remain in rhythm with the universe. That is why we have so much chaos into our world, because we have lost our sync with nature. A bigger problem arose when we had this impression that through classifying things, we would gain some of this control back. The problem is, with all these concepts, we are doing nothing else than pressing self-destruction buttons, because meaning is a kind of suicide. The more meaning you accept, kind of the deader one becomes. Hopefully this video helped enlarge or broaden some of your perceptions and ideas about this life. Feel free to subscribe and like if you like this type of content, and at least try to share this with everyone. I'm gonna throw shortly, another time, a video on more about this, and hopefully my videos will become more and more introspective on different matters. I'm trying to create much shorter videos because up till now I have been creating 20 or 30 minutes long videos, and I don't know how many people would actually, give themselves that much attention to watch some of the introspection that I can come up with. Now, until next time, feel free to become more introspective and learn things about yourself without having to, call to external sources. And, it is a power we all can embrace. It's not as easy as it seems, but, in my case, I've been more or less naturally doing it for at least 15 years. So, take care of yourselves. You are loved and appreciated. Ferenjan Por signing out.